Good stuff.
Welcome, everyone, as I unmute them before I unmute myself. So you heard Sarah, not me.
Oops.
Welcome to Monday night here at Proficiency Bonus, where if there wasn't a tech problem, hey, you'd probably be on the wrong channel. My name is your, I don't know what the hell I am today, but I'm pretending to be the Dungeon Master, so we're going to go with that. And we are back for another Monday here at Proficiency Bonus. Before we jump into what happened during our last session, I know it's been a little while as we've had some problems like everyone else in the going through, so we are back and everyone's here together, so we are ready to get moving. But quick shout out Streamlabs, Team MZ, Many-Sided Dice, and our newest friends over at Little Dragon Corp. I shouldn't really call them our newest friends because they've been with us for a while now. Check out their website. You can use the promo code PROBO. Somebody help me out. My tongue's not working anymore.
Pro bonus.
Thank you. You can use
Here, I'll put it
Pro
in the
bonus
chat.
for 10% off your order. So check them out because, hey, it's Little Dragon Corp. They're cool like that. They make the little creaky clack math rocks. Get yourself a set. Get some of their other stuff. Definitely check them out. It'll give us all something to do and we can all play together. So we will jump headfirst into what happened last time, as I can't speak and my players can't type. There's only one. There's only one A in Dragon.
Oh, Dragon!
We're dragging this out this morning, folks. So you know, it's gonna be an
I'll
interesting
try
session.
that again.
So last time we were all together, our party had basically sort of split up a little bit here, as. Well, we retconned it a little because of people who weren't able to be here, so it ended up with Jack and Lydia sitting down on this stage of an old deserted theater, while Furia and Snow Moon ended up in the front lobby. Sweet William had noticed somebody running across rooftops, who everyone assumed was their friend who was coming to meet them, Zeklis, and witnessed two arrows sinking into the back and this person falling off the roof. Well, William and Artemis gave chase after Furia let everyone know what was going on. So we left the two of them as the party still in this area ended up running into some sort of strange, dark, ethereal creatures. Battle ensued, leaving some of them visibly drained. At that point, Furia let the rest of the party know that, hey, something happened. Artemis and William went after it, so the party started heading over the last direction Furia saw, and ended up finding a pool of blood and making their way down into a basement where they managed to find a locked door. A couple of the party members tried sort of quietly, knocking, trying to call through the door. Unfortunately, Art Para wasn't here. I rolled for Art's perception check and rolled a 1, so Art sort of panicked and blew up the door. And, I'm pretty sure it was Lydia who got blown up at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
thanks.
Eventually they made their way in, found that it was in fact Art and William trying to sort of nurse an unconscious, very injured Zeklis back to health. Party spent a little bit of time, got Zeklis up, eventually made their way back to the Crossed Swords at Lydia's recommendation, arranged to get 2 rooms, which ended up being Jack, Furia, Lydia, and Artemis in one room, and then William, Snow Moon, and Zeklis in the other. And that is where we will pick up tonight's session, as the party has split off into their 2 rooms. Is there anything anyone would be doing overnight? Or we're just jumping right headfirst into the next morning?
I want somebody with special eyes to look at my weird stuff I found in the...
Ah, that is right. You found some stuff.
I did find some stuff. I have...
Okay, let me pull up my note sheet here so I can...
I have a crystal with a weird bead in it. I have a horn that didn't make any noise when I blow through it, and I have a capped drinking horn that seems to be empty.
Okay, so let me see here. Nope, wrong thing.
Do you want me to detect magic on it, or do you want Art to just see if it's magical themselves?
It does not matter to me. I just want to know if there is anything dangerous about these things. I did pull them out of a trunk in a haunted, a haunted theater. So perhaps we look at them with the magic people before we go to sleep next to them.
Fair enough. Artemis, do you want to take a look at them?
Sure.
Okay, so it doesn't take you a whole lot of time with these to figure them all out, Artemis, before you go to sleep. So the horn that you're looking at, that Jack had handed you, and somebody blows into it, nothing happens, is the Horn of Silent Alarm. So basically, it's got 4 charges. When you use an action to blow into it, one creature of your choice can hear the horn's blare, providing the creature's within 600 feet and not deaf. No one else hears a thing. It regains 1d4 charges every day at dawn.
Cool.
You said within
Okay.
60 feet?
600.
Okay.
So the next one, let me find it here. Come on.
Did anyone lose Maddie's camera again? Or is it just me?
No, I lost it too.
Oh, okay.
I could try and reconnect again.
Okay, where is...
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I don't see you, but okay.
Oh. And I think Stream has you too. Yep, Stream has you. So.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah, Stream's got him back. Okay. So, the capped drinking horn, as you spend a little time with it, doesn't appear to be magical. It looks like it's literally just a... As you're looking at it, it does appear like someone basically tried to write arcane runes on it. You recognize a couple of them as things that when you first started studying magic art and you were trying to learn to draw these arcane symbols, like, oh yeah, that's like a first year student's like 3rd attempt. It almost looks like it, but not quite. So it's nothing magical in that one. The last one you get, as you're looking at this strange crystal with the bead in it, as you try to focus on this, you get almost a... I don't really want to say a dark sense of this. You get the knowledge that this could be used as a focus for someone to use to cast spells through. As you're spending a little time with it, though, you know that it's not something that would work for you. And
It feels a bit darker,
yeah, it's
quote unquote.
yeah. Again, I don't really know if dark is the right word to use for it, but it definitely feels like it's something from elsewhere. Like your magic comes from a place of study and from a place of scholarly knowledge. This, you get the feeling that this is coming from some, like, another realm, something else that's drawing this power. So you think that maybe somebody who likewise draws their power from another realm might be able to utilize this. For player knowledge, it's a class specific thing. So those are the 3 items that Jack has handed you to take a look at.
Well, I'll give the information about the crystal and the horn, and then I'll kind of like look at the drinking horn and be like, "And this is very special. Look at this, look here," and I'll like point out the runes. Isn't that a good job? Someone tried really hard to do something. It didn't work out, but look at that. That's lovely. Here you go. Nothing magic, just kind of cute.
Oh. Okay, and does somebody want to have this one of them startling?
I think it might come in useful in our current endeavor, signaling Lydia.
Want to use my darn staff?
Or if we get separated, I guess.
That too.
But
Okay.
so
Who should
maybe not Lydia?
Probably not Lydia. Maybe Furia. Well, Furia, can you use that bear? Probably not.
I would love to see
Do
that.
bears have opposable thought? Well, I suppose I could stand on my hind legs and.
You could try.
But if I was holding it, then my bear form would just
Oh,
sort of
right.
obscure it.
Hmm. I was thinking you were pretty alert and tranced and didn't do a full sleep kind of thing as an elf, so maybe that would have been useful.
I mean, I could still blow into it if somebody handed it to me, but I don't know if it works like that.
I am becoming too burdened with too many horn. And she has like the decanter of endless water, which was described as like a drinking horn. She has the non-magical drinking horn. She's like, I have too many. I don't want this one. Someone takes it.
Well, I can take the blowing horn if you don't want it, Jack. If Art or Lydia doesn't want it, I mean.
No matter to me, as is whoever else think they can find use for it can have it. I have no more room for any more horn on my
Very well.
I feel like giving it to someone as squishy as me would be maybe use it too often. Crying dire wolf as it is.
Whoever is most likely to be lookout for us should be the one to hold it, yeah? Lookout should be the one to...
I suppose that
Usually-
means me.
Yeah, maybe,
usually it's
maybe
true.
I mean, because I can see in the dark and all of that.
That's true.
He's a little...
But
And you only stay awake for 4 hours. I mean, sleep for 4 hours, so that would
I
help.
don't sleep. Anyway,
No,
William,
no.
if you think you could make a better use of this than me, you could go for it.
I only worry that we have to figure out how to make some sort of harness so that you can blow into it as a cat if we give it to you. All of you look out, you are a cat. It is maybe hard for you to use this.
I agree.
Fair enough.
Let's give it to William. Maybe he can, when he scouts ahead, he can blow into it if he sees anything.
And if we need to try it off later, I mean, I'm assuming it takes them a while to get used to working with it, but I mean, in the future, could always switch it up.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Alright, I give one of silent alarm to William, and I'm going to take the crystal and look at it a little tonight. As when Artemis said it is a source of magic spellcasting for someone to draw their powers from elsewhere. Jackie is curious about it, and she will look at it tonight.
Okay.
And the non-magical horn I throw on the ground and I walk out of the room. Garbage.
Art'll pick it up in that case.
So, okay. So, the Horn of Silent Alarm is in everybody's journals now. Jack, you now have something in your journal.
Oh.
So as the night goes on, as the rest of you settle down, night passes without much of an issue. Wake up all feeling well rested.
food.
For William Snowman and Snowman, you both notice is well, actually, William, you tend to wake up very early. So as you wake up, you notice that actually Seckless is also sitting up awake. Seems to be looking a bit better than he was when you and Art found him yesterday. Doesn't seem to notice you. He's just sort of sitting, facing into the corner. It sounds like he's quietly sharpening weapons over there, preparing for the day's activities. But eventually everyone comes to consciousness and the day is yours.
Would you rather me have Zone of Truth or something else prepared? I should have asked that. Oh well. Zone of Truth it is. In case we have to question anyone.
You're in the room with Jack and Furia.
Jack and Fury, would you rather me have something prepared today in case we have to talk to people? Or silence them, or...
Lydia, we always have to talk to people.
I mean in particular.
What are you
Well-
talking about?
What would you rather take? I mean, what would you prepare instead?
Should I charm them? Or command them? Hold person them? Because that goes so well with me. Calm their emotions? Silence them or truth them?
Command or truth?
I can do both
I
of
mean,
those.
I'm not sure exactly how that one works, but command might be helpful.
Right.
More.
And-
I don't understand what you're talking about.
It's alright, Jack.
Truth or calm emotions then?
Calm emotions. Is this what you do to a Sharkman in the outside the theater?
Yes.
And did not do shit, right?
He calmed down for a second there. Just a
I
little.
would, in my interests, for my interest, I would find truth more
Dawn.
valuable.
Done and done.
Okay, so what are the rest of you doing?
I would go find Seklas and ask him about fingers.
Okay, so as you go in, at this point, as everyone's pretty much awake, you'd probably run as you're heading out right after you wake up. You find Steckless is already headed downstairs and is eating breakfast.
I would go downstairs and I mean, if there was other patrons, I would definitely lower my voice, as this is not necessarily breakfast topic, but it's something that is important.
Okay, so as you come down, there are a couple of people, but you guys are... As Steckless came down, you sort of got that large table that the group of you were at the last time you were at this inn, so it's a little ways away from the rest of the crowd as you're sitting there. Just seems to be munching on some breakfast meats. Has a hot cup of some beverage sitting in front of him.
Yeah, I grab whatever piece of fruit would be nearby and sort of sit beside him.
He sort of glances over at you,
Steckless.
picks up a sausage, bites into it. Yeah.
Are you okay with playing bait?
You watch, you can see sort of, back and forth hemming and hawing a little bit. What's your idea?
Well, it's our easy way in, directly to the lady. But particularly, I'm wondering about fingers, and it would help prove our case. I mean, we could just have hired or brought in any blojo from the street.
I say he sort of looks around, reaches within his shirt, and pulls out a small chain, and you can see 3 fingers hanging from it.
Ew.
He tucks it back in.
Interesting place to keep those.
I lean into Lydia and I go, I was wondering why he smelled weird.
Yes, the rotting flesh kind of puts you off, doesn't it?
I
As he looks back at
Also-
Fury, though. But you haven't said what your thought is about bringing me in.
Well, I mean, you might get separated from us. So I was also wondering if I could have some of your hair, so we would be able to find you very easily afterwards or during. I can do fancy stuff,
She's
but
quite
I need a
fancy.
piece of something that I'm familiar of you in order to find you, and I thought hair might be the easiest thing.
Go
Or
ahead and make a
say-
persuasion check on this one. Because we're going to use you as bait. Oh, you're going to get separated from us. Now give me your hair.
Or say maybe inspect a blade of yours so I'm familiar with it. Just sort of going on and on.
Perfectly normal. I think we all gave her a
13.
patch of our hair. Before.
Snowman kind of looks up and down his body, like looking for hair.
Don't worry, we picked off some scales.
And, Fury, what was that roll?
13.
Oh, okay, let me just see here. Huh. He's really sort of looking almost with like disbelief at your thought process. So, what's your idea to get me through the front door? So
Jack
you said
goes,
how you're going to find me later.
And puts the bag of holding on the table.
Chuck, we're not putting him in there.
Good idea. I don't know what to tell you. It's good idea.
Well, we
I
need to
thought that
convince.
he was the proof.
Yeah, we need to convince that, he did it. But we don't want anything to actually happen to him. I just want my information. And other than, doing bad things to the lady to get it out of her, I mean, she could be lying. I
We're
want.
not convinced,
Good.
as the lady already know. There was assassin came after us yesterday. We may be walking into a trap.
Well, that's why we have Plan A and Plan B. Plan A is try to get the information. Plan B is do whatever we can to get what we came for. Other than my thing.
I was think we put him in the bag and bring the finger. Then we tell Viceroy that we have found the killer. See how she react. She tried to attack us. Haha! Surprise! Seckless out of bag, and then we fight.
Do we even need to bring Secklist for that then?
Right, and if we do that, then I don't get my information.
So why don't we
And-
just tell the lady that we had the gentleman that killed her friends, and we show her the fingers as proof, and then we just all attack her at once, or question her once.
I
No
don't know.
attack, questioning.
I don't know if the fingers alone will be proof. They could be anyone's fingers, for all she knows.
I would hope I have the extra help if we're going to fight her on the end.
Well, then this entire search was fruitless then, because we could just bring fingers in, apparently. Anyone's fingers,
So,
except for mine, and yours, Snowman.
what makes you think, Seklas, that you're not going to get through the front doors? I mean, we're bringing you in as the person who we say did it.
Sort of looks at you. And I'm just supposed to be walking in beside you.
You have
Okay.
manacles, if that makes you feel better.
You got 2 blades at my waist. Feel free to grab them at any time.
He sort of shakes his head and I don't have anything better, so after breakfast, a week from now.
After breakfast. Why wait?
Indeed.
Okay. Is there anything else the party would be doing, or are you guys eating and then heading there?
Yeah. This set of manacles that we've got, do we have a key to them?
They're the ones you got from the,
I forget where we got them.
you got them from the first councilwoman's house.
Her husband was chained up.
Ostensibly, we have these manacles. We don't have a key to unlock them.
Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, I can't remember if it was Jack or William who picked the lock on those.
Oh, that's right.
That being, my first instinct would have been to put the manacles on him and give him the key to hide on himself so that he can unlock himself. I guess that being out of the question,
Jack, you're really
not
good
being
with
up to date on my manacles design, is there a way that we can sabotage them so that we can put them on him, but he can, like, take them off if he's got to fight?
You're really good with knots. Is there a knot that looks secure but can be undone in an instant?
Let me search my encyclopedic knowledge of knots.
I'll say go ahead, make a, we'll call this a sleight of hand check, or you can call it a thieves tool check if you want to, if that'll get you a higher number. And we'll use this for both. Because see if you think you could do it with your manacles or the other way.
Jack, I don't know why you left this drinking horn on the floor. It's positively wonderful. I need to drink out of these things.
Just like that, you're doing the spell.
Ugh, tastes a bit like
16
cow.
sleight of hand.
Bovine.
What was that, Jack?
16 on a sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. So, you're fairly confident that you could basically pick the manacles in such a way that they would close, but with just a minor push of, like, they'll close enough that it'll catch, but one really good, like, and they'll pop.
Nice.
For Robes, you said, most of what you've done on the ships is designed to be the exact opposite.
Right.
To not look like much, but to make damn sure it ain't going anywhere. So you're not 100% sure about the rope work.
Okay, then I will, I see. Well, I don't know that anything can be done with ropes, and if I don't know it, it'd be safe to assume that there is no possible way it can. Because there is
I agree.
simply no one who knows any more things about ropes than I do. It's just these facts. But I can mess with these manacles, I think, to put them on him and he looks secure, but he can take them off if he need to. And as she'll kind of set to work at that, and she says, "So please, maybe we put your any weapons that you wanted out at the ready, give them. I put them in the bag, and when the merde goes down, I will you break your manacle, and I show you your weapons."
He shakes his head and starts going through, pulls out, a couple of daggers, small thing of crossbow bolts, the hand crossbow. This was like setting him on the table right next to the food, or between him and Jack on the table.
I'll I don't know, maybe I'll like 5-finger discount one of this inn's like napkins. And make a little bindle to put his kind of want to wrap his gear in so that it's one little
The
hassle
hobo pouch, yeah.
that I can put in the bag, and then when it's time, he can just be like, "Sickly as shit," and then get it all out, and he
Yeah,
can
definitely.
pull out his swords and stuff. So she'll kind of set that up for him, and before she puts the last dagger in, she goes, "I assume you have the one hidden in your boot, yes?"
As he turns, he folds out his hand like this, and you can see down the sleeve, and there's one tucked in there.
And she says, I prefer boot, but just as good, as long as something, yes? And then she will put all his shit into the bag, the whole thing.
Okay. It seems Cyclus is ready to go. What's the party's plan?
I say we five finger discount another napkin so we can put it around Cyclist Manacle's hands so he doesn't look like a prisoner as we tout him through the streets.
Well, I mean, we could side alley it.
Yes, that's true. But we don't want to draw attention to him so much, probably.
He's still wearing my clothes. I mean,
Oh, right. Okay.
There was another option. Think bag of holding.
no.
No!
Damn it! I want to put someone in bag of holding. Fine.
Maybe you'll get that chance, but it's not going to be Sekos.
I'll try now at least. Maybe later.
He looks over at the group of you. Couldn't we just take a carriage?
Also
We
true.
could.
I'll go talk to the front desk and I go over. Order a carriage for us.
As you walk over, you see the same dark-haired woman from Asa. Oh, I can have one here about. Well, have to send one of the boys out to find one, so about half an hour or so.
Alright, that sounds fine. Thank you. Go back to the table. Half an hour we have until we can depart. Think
I'm
we'll
going
ready
to
by
be
then.
spending maybe a minute or two just checking out Seklas's clothes so I become familiar with them.
Okay.
Boots.
I can just hold them down if you want to yank out some hair for you.
No, it's as long as he keeps something on his person that he has now. I'm sure I can find him later if the worst happens.
So it's as you're sort of going over him, you get every once in a while he just sort of shrugs away from you a little bit as you're going over it. You're pretty sure where he's wearing some of your clothes, and spending the time. You're pretty sure you could hunt him down if need be.
I would go back to eating breakfast and fruit and whatnot.
It's a little bit of time goes by. A very sort of thin boy comes running over to the table. Oh, excuse me, are you the ones looking for the carriage? He's out front now.
Wonderful, thank you. Lad.
Takes off running back over towards the front desk and
Should we manacle them while we're in the carriage then? On the ride over?
That seems like the time to do it, I think, yes?
Give
Okay.
him a couple of practices.
Yes. Couple practice. Oh! And that'll be good.
yes, you guys hop into the carriage. Anywhere else you're planning on stopping on the way, or just straight there?
We're in 11, right?
You're in 11, right near this red dot down. Shift ping.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, I just shifted my viewers at home. There, right over at this. My mouse does not show up, so we're gonna go. Hey, right in that little blue speck, there's a red dot in there. So
Yes. Okay. So then we're trying to go up to 2. Nope, I don't think we need to go anywhere unless you need to go to the market beforehand and pick something up. Anyone?
No?
Nope, we're good.
I don't think so.
okay. So it takes you guys a little bit of time to get there. Not bad as being in the carriage, but it's still. I mean, it's 15, 22. It's still better part of a half mile. So it takes a little bit of time to get there, but as you start pulling up, first thing you notice is it's still fairly early in the morning. The front gate is actually closed, leading into the Viceroy's estate. There are 2 guards inside the gate. As the carriage starts pulling up, well, actually, before I said, are you guys having the carriage bring you all the way there, or are you planning on having them drop you like a block back and walking?
I think all the way there.
Oh, okay. The carriage pulls up, and as it starts pulling up, it gets probably about 150, 200 yards away, and you guys hear through the wall. Looks like it's closed up here. There's 2 guards behind the gate. What you want should I be telling them? Or do one of you wants to come out here and talk to him?
I'll go out and talk to him if no one else wants to.
Dibs out.
Alright, I'll do it.
I'll walk with you, Lydia, and I'll
Alright.
get out as well.
Yep, so me and Snow Moon will walk over and be like, hold there at the gate!
He pulls up, you guys get out. It's about 20 feet to get up there. Do you walk over? You watch both of them, hands sort of down. They've got shield up, swords on the hip, and just sort of half reaching down. Oh, hi there, you two. Coming back here just early in the morning. What's your business be?
I forget her title.
Viceroy.
Viceroy! Thank you. I wrote it down, but not clearly. We are here, on official business from the Viceroy herself. She, contracted us a couple days ago to find something out for her. And we have the fruits of our labor.
The two of them sort of look back and forth at each other a couple of times. Oh, wait, you're that group of, people that the lady sent out to find out about the murders?
Yes, yes.
Oh. Okay, we can do something like that. Hey, get up there and have them get in the house and make sure the lady's decent. So one of the guards takes off and starts booking it up towards the house. The other one goes over, starts unlocking the gate, opens up one side, opens up the other, sort of waves the carriage in.
Thank you, good sir. And I'll follow the carriage inside.
Oh, okay.
I'll follow as well.
As you guys take off, as you're riding in, you hear the sound of metal on metal as it looks like it sounds like the guard is closing the gate behind you.
Okay, we're locked in. Great. Wonderful.
Takes just
So are they.
And so are they. Nice.
We're not locked in here with them.
Yep.
Thank you, somebody.
Yeah.
They're locked in here with me.
Yep.
It only takes about 2 or 3 minutes for the carriage to finish pulling up in front. Again, there are 2 guards at the front door. You can see the front door is slightly open as the carriage pulls up, and again, the 2 guards just stand there sort of stoic. Lydia, as you and Snow Moon walk up, then behind the carriage, you say, "Oh, if you'll just wait out here a few moments, making sure the lady's decent and that she's able to entertain at the time."
Of course. And I'll open the door to the carriage and help everyone out.
Okay. So eventually all of you come out. How are you removing Seckless?
I'll kind of like pretend to pull him out and like prod him forward with my finger, so
Okay.
it looks like we're not too friendly with him, but not too hard.
And I'll
Gently
be
prod him with my finger.
and I'll be behind, like, with my hand on the hilt of my sword, like acting like I'm
I will have
ready to draw it.
I'm going to stay kind of like to his side with one of my guns trained on him.
Oh,
okay.
But you know, all secret like, so that I'm close to him to hand him his weapon.
Ah.
Yeah, and I would be on his other side, either hand very close to his upper arm or actually holding onto his upper arm. But, I mean, not tightly.
Removing some hair while you're at it.
No!
Okay, William Artemis, what would you two be doing as pretty much all of you are noticing that he does seem to have a little bit of the nervous sweats, even knowing the plan. It seems like he's not 100% comfortable.
Well, I feel like the muscle has got things covered as far as keeping an eye on Seckless. Honestly, I'm just going to act like I'm happy to be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it cool and just like kind of nod around while like keeping my wits about me.
Okay. So about 5 minutes goes by. Then 10. Then 15.
Hmm.
And eventually that first guard comes rushing back out. Oh, all right. They're getting the lady into her chambers and she's getting presentable. If y'all would care, you can head in. They've got the clerk at the front desk will, you can sit on the benches and wait, and then one of her ladies' guards will come down and bring you down to her office.
Right. Thank you.
And he gives a little bit of a bow and takes off, heading back over towards the gate. As he starts to walk away, then he looks over at the carriage. Oh, you ain't got to wait. When they're ready, we can call them another one here. Give me a ride over to the gate and we'll get you out of here. Just sort of grabs onto the side of the carriage as the carriage proceeds to turn around and start heading out.
All right.
And as you guys head in,
That was quite the rigmarole.
as you walk in, you can see that same older gentleman behind the counter. The benches on either side, the stairs leading up to the second floor, the long hallways on either side. You're walking in as the... All right, you, okay. Have a seat. They'll be with you in just a few moments. I think I saw him dragging a chest down there for you.
Can I sort of like I don't know the meta game, but can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
I'm eyeing up the guards. It took them too long to let us in, and now Jack is real paranoid. 18 plus something, maybe? Let's see what my insight, 19 total.
So, first thing that you think is, you're probably the only one who would notice this, Jack, given how much you had spent wandering around here the last time.
Mm-hmm.
As he says that he was pretty sure he saw them dragging a chest down there for you, you're looking at his face and realizing that this guy is completely blind. So, and as he said that, and you're looking over him, you can see there's a slight grin on his face.
Okay.
But as you're looking at him, you get the sense that he's not too thrilled to be up at the moment.
Yeah.
But that, yeah, there's definitely something going on. You know that something's going on that you're here now.
Okay.
But he doesn't seem to really... he doesn't seem to really know what. His job is to be out front and have people wait until others come and get them, so...
Okay. I'll wait for my moment to try and tip the others off. I won't do anything.
Oh, okay. Anything the rest of you would be doing?
Standing. I won't sit. I'm gonna stand in.
I see that Seclus is like sweaty and nervous, and I just turn to him and say, "Get a hold of yourself."
As he just sort of
I would.
looks and he just gives a little sort of like shoulder pull, like he's...
I would whisper. You've seen us fight at the Grove. We could, do that again if need be. Take courage.
And bardically inspire him. No, okay.
I'm not a bard. If only.
Okay. As about another 5, almost 10 minutes goes by. And then coming down from the hallway on the right where you guys had been escorted last time, a rather decently built young woman comes down, wearing that same almost like a cross between ornamental and functional armor that the big burly guard you had run into last time was wearing. Go ahead.
Did I hear you say they left us alone for a minute there?
Oh, what? The guards outside closed the door, and there's the guy at the front desk. So you guys have space if you want to talk. It's not like he's right on top of you.
Just as soon as we would have a moment where we're like, somebody's not right on us, just under her breath to the group, Jack would just be like, "Something's wrong. Get ready."
Alright.
I guess Eric Artemis would just be like looking around, but not necessarily pulling anything out. But
Okay. Yeah, and all of you see basically the same thing. This area is beautiful. It's marble, the benches, the stairway, and this one sort of, it almost looks like the podium at a fine dining restaurant with this just very elderly man standing there just looking down at it.
So he's looking at like a book or something, or is he just looking at the podium?
Oh, you're more than welcome. You could walk up to the podium and take a look, see what he's looking at. It's not facing toward you.
I'll go up to him and be like, "So what you reading there?"
And as you walk up to him and he's looking down, he's got his hands both on top. He looks up and opens his eyes, and as he looks right at you, you can see that his eyes are just sort of that milky white. He has no vision whatsoever.
I go like this and I wave in front of him just to make sure that he's not faking me out.
After a moment, he just sort of tilts his head and says, "I'm just here to instruct people as to what to do, miss."
So you're not reading anything? Gotcha.
No. And then he looks at you and goes,
There's a system that you can read with... Never mind. Okay. I'm insensitive. I'm gonna go back with the group. Have a good day. I tip him a gold. I'm gonna be like, "There's a gold on your..." Oh my god. Never mind.
But it's actually a copper. You can say it's a...
I assume they're different shapes, so I will leave a gold there for him.
As you walk out, the face just turns and follows you back over.
Yeah,
About that time, this, again, rather impressively muscled woman comes walking in. That same sort of, it looks functional, but it also looks like it's made to be a little dressy that you had seen the last time you were here. It's walking in. Don't you people come around early. Well, the lady's ready for you. Let's go. Get this over with. You sure you got that one secure?
Very.
We have,
manacles.
and I guess I'll grab his other shoulder at this point just to...
yes, we have him secured. There's no real point of me holding on to his ankles now, is there?
Okay. So as she sort of gives you a little bit of a sideways look, Art. Eventually she starts bringing you guys down. And then eventually you guys are brought back into that same office. Now, if let me see here. So I know we said we had Jack on one side of Seckless, Furia on the other side. Snowman, you said you were behind.
Yeah, I guess I forgot that Jack was on the other shoulder, so I'll just kind of trail behind like I was before.
Oh, okay. Lydia, where would you be in this little...
I'll go in front. marching
Okay.
confidently.
And then William and Art, would you be up with Lydia, or would you be back sort of like behind the procession with Snowmoon?
I'll take up the back with Snow Moon.
Okay. Art?
Seeing as I just smart mouthed, I'll play the part of the confident person and kind of go up by Lydia.
Okay. So we're going to sort of pop this over like this. Okay, so I am going to shift you over somewhere now. As you guys find yourselves led in to the Viceroy's office.
Nice.
Now, real quick, because I forgot to toss them out here, because, you know, if I didn't remember, why would I? As you walk in, you can see that there are torches lit within the room to provide light. As you're looking around, well, actually, Jack, you weren't in this room before, so the rest of the party would remember this. This would be your first time seeing it, as there are no windows in this room. This is inside the interior of her estate. And I'm just going to, we'll use, just to make life easy, these are not actual fireballs, they are torches, but I want you guys to be able to see.
So now they turn out to be delayed blast fireballs. This fight starts.
Yeah. Okay, so she's got a couple of torches on each wall. And then there are, there are a couple of candelabras set on the table and one on her desk.
Okay.
And as you walk into the room, you can see everything sort of coated in this sort of like warm glow from these lit torches all over the room. As you walk in, the doors swing open, the group of you enter, and you notice that rather burly guard from the last time standing literally right inside the office on the other side of the door. The young woman who escorted you in takes up her basically a flanking position on the other side of the doorway. And you can see the lady is sitting the back of her office behind her desk. I'm going to move these up one so they are not sitting right on the couches where you guys had gone last time. And then as you're walking in, you can see this sort of that banister around it. It's basically her level is up basically 2 small steps. Almost like her desk is like platformed up a little bit. And sitting up there, you can see a rather large dark wooden chest with metal strapping. Sitting on the ground, looks to be pretty solid, about 4.5, 5 feet across chest.
I mean,
Yeah, I would sort of go more in front of the desk, but not on the platform, and
Yeah.
Okay.
sort of wait for her to say something, or wait for her to motion that we're supposed to say something.
Yep.
Since I got yelled at sort of by Lydia last time by sitting down too soon.
Sorry.
Okay, so are you guys stopping right at the door? Fear you're the only one walking out?
No, I'll walk up too.
Okay, so
Yeah,
where are
I
you
know.
guys moving on to? You guys have control of your tokens, so...
Okay, I'll move up here.
Okay. So as you start walking up and she looks over at you. Well, so you've returned in this early in the day.
Yes, my lady, we have found your culprit.
So it would seem.
I
And
would
yet
have
he
taken
lives.
Cyclus with me if
Oh, okay.
possible.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll trail behind Seklos then and stay with the group.
Okay. And William, you say, so as you guys walk in, you hear the doors close behind you.
Okay. Are those
And-
guards on the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Close or close and lock?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, good question.
Okay, well that's not too bad. 15.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear a lock.
Okay, great.
So as he's looking over. Any particular reason he's still breathing?
I thought my lady wanted to see him. As proof. In the pudding.
You could have brought his body in.
Necessarily
could've.
didn't want to
Would
stink
have
up
killed
the
the elbow
carriage.
on the plate and brought him to you. That would not have proved anything, no?
Yeah, we could have brought anybody in.
That is a very valid point. You still could have. How do I know he is the one who has slain my council members?
He still has the trophies to show it, and at this point, I'll like kind of reach into his clothes and like expose the necklace of fingers.
As you do that, she looks so past him over to you, Snowman. Bring those to me.
I guess I'll just rip the necklace right off him, and
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check, because it is on a chain.
You could have
What is?
undid it. The lobster clasp. It's called the lobster
that's
clasp.
a 21.
As you do it, you're... If you're you and, Jack's a little sword, you would notice he's now got this bright red mark on
Oh.
the back of his neck.
What's
She's
the
just
notes?
standing behind the desk, her arm extended, waiting for you, Snowmoon.
I will approach with.
What is Seckless looking like after he did that?
Probably mad.
He's you still get that same sort of discomfort from him, but now you can hear that sort of like almost like baited angry breathing.
Oh,
So if I stop at like the threshold of the step, but I guess if she's still.
And she beckons you forward.
So yeah, I'll step right up to the desk and hand it to her.
Okay. She takes them from you and starts looking at them. Sets them down. Watch as she starts muttering a couple of words. You watch as a faint glow gives off from the fingers. Well, it seems these do belong to my people.
how does she know that? How do we know that she knows that?
Like we said,
So,
we found the culprit.
well then. So all that's left is to kill him and be done with it.
You do
Right.
not have trials in place for matters such as this?
No, why would we? You have
I
found
thought
him.
this
He
was
has...
a lawful city, but I am wrong.
He sort of grins down at you, William. The law is mine. But I believe we had a deal. She looks over at you, Snowman. You're dismissed. You, the young lady, you had something you wished me to look at.
I do. And I will wait till Snowman comes back before I let go of Seckless. Just so,
Yeah, I'll
there's
just-
somebody to shield him / hold on to. And then I'll walk forward and dig out the ring from my pocket.
And again, as you start walking towards, and she beckons you to come up by her desk. And as you...
I would, place it on the table.
And she sort of looks at it a little bit. Again, takes a couple of moments, and you watch as... And you've seen Art do something similar to this before. She starts muttering to herself and waves her hands over it and gives off a little bit of a... Not as bright of an aura as you've seen from other things, but it gives off this very, very sort of dim glow to it. She goes, isn't this a unique item? And she reaches down and touches it, picks it up a little bit, looking at it. Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right.
And anyone else can feel free to as well, as I'm assuming you all are pretty much watching what's going on up there.
The dice are with me. That was a nat 20. Plus 5, so like 25.
Mine's on the
Okay.
floor somewhere.
That is an 8 for me.
I'm not gonna even roll.
It was a 5 where I found it under my desk.
Okay. So our guards are doing their job. They're guards.
Yeah.
Okay. So, specific as you're watching Vera as she's holding, you see she's got a grimace on her face, almost like a pained look. As she reaches over and goes to hand it back to you, she drops it in your hand. You notice that the skin on her fingers where she was holding it almost appears to be blistered. You didn't notice that when she went to pick it up. As she is looking down, it drops it into your hand, and you watch as she just sort of very gently sort of rubs her fingers together. I told you I would tell you what I could on it, and I would be careful with that one. It seems to be cursed. It does not want people to learn of it. She holds her hands out and shows you where it's blistered. I could see there is something dormant, something hidden within, but this is beyond my skill to see.
Thank you for the information. I'll put the ring back in my pocket and hustle back on over to my group.
So she looks over at the group of you. Well, so you're going to do as the Viceroy has asked and remove this individual, or...
I am, forgive, I am not so good with remember, I had only hear second-hand this information after the first people was here, but this, whatever, just I watch, this was sort of personal request. No, this was not the agreed upon contract for what this job is, eh? I remember correctly, we are asked for something else, no? Something we are looking for before we are do this job? That's confirmed? No? Maybe? Like, I'm not crazy, right? The group definitely asked her for the thing we're here looking for as payment for this job.
I was waiting to see if anyone was going to say anything. She's just sitting there.
I'm looking at my notes.
She's just sitting there smirking, looking at the group of you at the moment.
We did not ask for it specifically.
But we did ask her, like, we told her, like, there's something we're looking for that maybe she can help us, like, that she might have, right? That was the deal, as I remember it.
Yeah, you guys had talked that you were looking for a specific thing.
So let's see the goods before we go any further. Or rather, I should. So let us see the goods before we go any further, no?
So she's looking and, gives a little nod to, looks like at the guards behind you. You hear the door open for a moment and one of the guards call out down the hallway. Okay, we're all set in here. She just says, it'll just be a couple of moments, and she's sitting there and watches. She's just sort of sitting, well, not sitting, just sort of relaxing behind her desk. Watches just one of the hands and just keeps looking and moving her hands around.
Is Jack's paranoia senses tingling? Like, all right, now they're gonna try and kill us.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
Who's got the nat 20?
Right now,
I did.
Snowmoon and Artemis both have nat 20s.
Oh, we both had it. That's right.
Yeah, because Artemis wasn't able to be here
That might
last
be a
week.
good time to use it. I just rolled a 3 on my insight check. So there's that.
But you're getting your goods.
All right, that's it. Hold on, Jack, and then I'll use the nat 20.
Okay. So, as you're watching, and you're looking at her, you can see there's sort of a grin playing on her face.
Oh dear.
And you're thinking back and noticing as she's been talking over the last, like 20, 30 seconds, you've been noticing the hands have been constantly moving. You're definitely getting the feeling that something's going on. And you're starting to hear footsteps in the hallway. Sounds like someone's moving closer down towards the room.
Would I know if those movements are like conducive to like a spell or something?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh dear. Okay.
Actually, I forgot he burned.
16.
Oh, okay. So give me a second here because Snowmoon burned his nat 20. We're going to remove that one off there. Now, don't forget, you got 16 on this roll, but you have a nat 20 for this evening as well.
Yes.
So as you're watching again for another couple of seconds, you are strong, 90 to 95% sure that's exactly what's going on. She is casting something. And is just trying to
Bide her time. Okay.
bide the time needed. As you're watching and people have been talking, you think you might have maybe 6 seconds before it's completed.
Seeing as my companions are a little bit restless, I'm going to lean forward over Jack and say as quietly as I can to Lydia, get ready to run forward and use that staff of yours.
Yeah, and I had at this time I'd like stared over at Jack, kind of like not saying anything, but like intently staring, like nodding my head, like get ready.
Okay.
Which one? Oh.
I'm going to ready, I guess, Mage Hand.
Okay, for...
I want to grab one of those candelabras and chuck it towards the doors.
I would also be helping Seklos loosen those manacles,
Oh, okay.
if possible, but keep them
I
there.
will say you can if you want to, but from you guys taking the ride and him practicing, it'll burn his action to do it, but he'll have no problem popping out of them, especially with Jack's work on him.
Okay.
I am going to also prepare an action as Jack grips something that she got on her person.
I'm going
say that.
to. What should I do? Okay, I know I have the staff, but I can also do something else. So we're not in the room, because we're in the room, so we're all gonna take a lot of radiant damage.
Not if you run forward.
Fine, I'll take the radiant damage.
It's a 30-foot radius, keep in mind. So that is a 60-foot diameter centered on you.
Is her like raised area? Is that like an actual wall there, or it's just like to show that it's raised?
No, that's just I needed some way to differentiate in the height of the floor.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I'll walk up and I'll say, "Oh, the chest, right?" And I'll start walking up towards her. And I'll say, "Can we take it now?"
Okay, so you're going to her, going to the chest.
No, I'm going up to her and asking about the chest. It's the chest ready. Can we take it now? Or do we have to wait for something else? You know what? We'll just wait for the guy to come back, and I'll stand here so I can carry the chest with my big arms.
I can help you carry it, Lydia, and I'll.
Good. Why don't you come up here, Snowmoon?
Okay. Anyone else? As they're taking a walk up, William, anything you'd be preparing? Or, again, you notice your party is sort of on edge. You can hear these, like, whispered conversations back and forth. You know, you definitely get the feeling that shit's about to pop off.
Yeah, so I want to get ready in case these guards, like, come at us.
Oh, okay, so the two guards are still standing there. And the one that yelled out the door, they're both just standing there looking towards her. And now looking more focused towards Snowmoon and Lydia. And you can hear someone else coming down the hallway towards you. As the two of you walk up to her, and again, the hands are moving. And the grin grows wider. As she says, I suppose the chest is yours. And as you watch with a flash of light, as this arcane enchantment that she had been casting goes off.
Great. That's why
And
we're
that's where
up
we're
here.
going to take our break.
Oh no!
As we are just a couple of minutes beforehand.
Oh,
So we will find
crap.
out in just a few minutes what happens.
We just walked into a death trap, Snowmoon.
Death.
We've been
Yeah.
through worse.
Oh, have we?
Yes.
We'll find
Okay.
out in just a few. So thank you very much for everyone hanging out with us. We'll be back in just about 3 to 7, somewhere in that ballpark minutes. So don't go anywhere. As our gotta find out what our party has gotten themselves into. With that, we'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back, Maddie. I can see you again. Okay, so our party has just witnessed the Lady Erlisa casting a spell. And as as this is happening, I'm going to say go ahead and click on your tokens and roll initiative for me. As both Snow Moon and Lydia, as she vanishes, you see a glowing circle on the ground beneath her. As she has now vanished from in front of you.
Great.
And on the ground in front of you is this pulsing blue, what looks to be a portal.
A portal?
It's just a glowing circular thing.
Does Lydia jump in the portal or does she not jump?
Okay, so let's see here. So, I'm gonna go.
Sorry, I forgot to click on my token.
Oh, no
Initiative
worries.
8.
First of all, does she say it's a portal before she jumps into it?
Second, does Lydia
That's
even
true.
know it's a portal?
Probably not. That's true.
Okay, so I gotta add a couple of folks here. Holy Jesus. Rolls, Batman.
Oh dear.
19, 20, 20.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking me, I'm talking you assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even notice everybody else.
We were prepared.
Apparently, mother of...
So prepared. All over 10.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is gonna go wonderful.
Yay!
We came knowing that this was going to end up in a fight, so
Yeah, it makes sense.
there was no other option to not fight.
Would it be difficult terrain or jumping down from this?
No, no,
or
no.
can I just... Okay.
It's like 2 steps.
Okay.
So and those steps are literally, it's basically that, what looks to be a railing. I left it open that way. So it was more like obvious that there was an entrance and in out point of it. But yeah, it's basically that corner of the room is just up a little bit. So think of it like if you have a raised hot tub in your master bathroom.
And the guards, is the door still open or did they close the door?
The door is open, but all of you know that there is something else coming down that hallway.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you don't know what,
Right.
but there is something coming this way. Okay, that's not as bad. And then... Okay, where is your... Just getting all my sheets pulled up here. Really? Okay. Oh. Well, Artemis and so the same, so Artemis gets to go first. With that, we're going to kick off our music here in the top of our initiative. Well, actually, before we start, most of you had held action, so all of a sudden you watch as the Lady Elisa vanishes in a flash of light. So again, you have the options if you want to release your held actions. I know Artemis said you were going to mage hand and throw one of the candelabras towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay, you grabbing one off the wall, one off of the table.
The table probably is closest to me.
Okay. Are you aiming at the door or at one of the guards?
let's just start some chaos here. I'll go for one of the guards' faces. Why not?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and make a basically make a dexterity attack. So roll a d20 and just add your dexterity modifier. I don't really think you're proficient in throwing candelabras.
Alright, well, it's dirty 20, so I guess I was practicing somewhere.
Apparently. I can't see that not hitting a guard. Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. No. Well, that's a 1.
Okay. So, and which one are you throwing for, left or right?
The one that's... Well, if it's an arcing motion, the one on the left. The one on the left.
Okay. So, as you watch as this, and you can see the flame starts to lick, you end up hitting the woman who escorted you in as you're throwing in. You can see a little bit of the flames. Gets a scent of some burning hair, but it really doesn't seem like it was enough to do a whole lot to her.
What kind of nail is it? Is it pretty? You said it was pretty.
Yeah,
No
so
pretty
it's
nail.
well, it's let me just see here. So it's not some. It's chainmail, but it looks almost like someone put a pattern within the links of the chain.
Ooh, pretty.
That you've seen them on some of the other decorations. Well, rather, Jack's seen more of it as he toured the house more, but
Oh, it's around the house. Kind of thing.
yeah,
I don't
it's
want
like her sort of house emblem almost.
that. Forget that. I don't want that. Okay.
Okay.
Unless I do. Unless it's really pretty.
Don't know. Okay, would anyone else's held action? And actually, this we're just gonna put.
I didn't have one.
Yes,
I didn't have
Jax, coincidentally enough, Jax goes very, very hand in hand with Artemis. As Jack pulls that crystal with the bead in it out of her,
Okay.
and she goes, "No, please let this work." And she holds it up, and I'm gonna cast a cantrip that I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire.
Okay.
And I'm gonna create a bonfire right in the door.
Okay, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
I rolled as I was giving the description there. I got a 16.
Okay.
I don't know what my Arcana is, but I know that's going to be enough.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me just.
Oh, this is exciting.
Of course, that spell has to not be in roll 20. And okay. So, okay, and you're putting it right in the doorway.
Right in the doorway.
Alrighty
Nobody's
then.
going around until I say so. Damn it.
Okay, so let's see what do I have. Use for a bond. Hey, you know what we have? We actually have a goddamn bonfire.
Nice.
We'll make this a drawing so that I can stick this thing nice. That's not like I'm thinking Jack wants to.
Yup.
Nobody goes in and out of there without torching themselves. Okay, so at that, as the held actions go off, brings us to the top of the order then with Jack.
Oh, snap. I was
Nicely
not prepared to
done.
go again. Okay. Well,
You've got one guard that's currently like wiping a little bit of wax and batting out some flames on her hair.
it takes an action to pull something out of the bag of holding, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I will stow the crystal back inside my shirt collar there. She just reaches and she goes, "Second is his shit," and poof, out comes all some shit, and she just like thumps it into his like a football handoff, just like poof, stuffs it into his torso, and draws her other gun, and I will move 5, 10, 15, 20. 25, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Thank you for saying exactly this shit, because I did not have him on the initiative.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now he is there. He's didn't roll much better, so apparently my dice don't like me today. So, that brings us over to Snow Moon.
Alright, so I see Lady Orlisa disappear here, and I hear all this commotion back out in the main hall. Lydia, come on this way. And I'll just
Why?
use my action to dash, just so I can get out near the action. And that'll be my turn.
Well, that's only
Okay.
25 feet to get there from where you were. You wouldn't need to
25
dash.
feet?
Yeah. Over here.
Okay.
You can dash if you want to, but...
Yes. Yeah, and I guess I'll just dash so I have enough movement to make it towards this guard at the door.
Are you gonna hit her? Him? Hit? They?
Well, I had to use my action to dash to get within range, so...
No, that was only 30 feet, he said.
Yeah, it was 25 to where you were. Let's see, where'd you... Thank you. Yeah,
So
that's...
if you went here, it'd be 30.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and my 30 is my speed, so... Well, yeah, alright.
so you wouldn't have
Right,
to
so you
dash.
could go up and you'd still be
Alright.
within 5-foot range.
Okay, yeah, so in that case, I will attack with my greatsword.
Okay. Go ahead and take your attack.
That is
While you're
a
doing that,
dirty
I'm going
20 to hit.
fix
Nice.
Get William on here. Okay, so you'll end up going for them.
Alright, that is 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay. As you carve into this individual and just literally he just crumples to the ground.
Oh,
Okay then.
maybe these weren't the bad guys.
Yeah, I think we are the bad guys. I think you forget this.
Okay, anything else you'd be doing?
Nope, no, that'll be it.
Okay. And that brings us over to Furia.
I'm gonna stick with this fire theme that we've been going and do a produce flame and toss it over at the lady who got the candles in the face.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, I don't. Oh, I do. Oh, I got sacred flame, but that's not real flame. Damn.
That's a 15.
Okay. This double check, I'm pretty sure that hits. For some reason I closed out my card sheet. It actually does not. 15 misses. As you cast that, she just ducks down behind the door a little bit. Now the door's got a little bit of flame looking on the side of it.
I just sort of shrug and I look over and make sure Zeklos is, still, alive.
Yep.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so that brings us over to Artemis.
Not so fast. I'll cast magic missile. Let's see. I guess. What is it?
Say who?
Does it? It starts at second level? Yeah.
No, magic missiles are first level.
Oh, first level? Oh, it
Yeah.
is. I'm just looking at the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, I'll cast it at second level then.
Okay, so that just automatically hits. So go ahead and roll up some damage for me.
Oh, oh.
Now, are you sending all the darts at the young woman?
Yes.
Okay.
How many is that?
The second level, I believe, is 4 darts.
4
Four.
darts.
Actually, you get 1 extra dart per level.
I still am getting used to wizarding, guys.
It's cool.
Magic missile, I can't help you with. That's a spell I had. Actually, I think I have it now, but I've never used it.
Too busy raising the dead.
50.
Okay. As you launches this young woman trying to crouch down behind the door, just gets pelted by these darts and crumples to the ground.
Guess we can get the gold and leave.
Anything else you'd be doing?
There's no way there's gold in that chest, right?
Probably.
I will detect magical.
Probably making my way up here. Like,
Later.
yeah, let's see. There.
Keep in mind, you can walk through. This is just stairs. It's not an actual banister, so you could go diagonal
Okay.
if you wanted to.
Good. I want to like get as close as I can to the portal.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But not go through it. Are the desks behind there actually there in?
So those two desks you see in there, just rather thin bookshelves.
Okay.
So you can see that there is this massive 10-foot circle that looks to be very hastily drawn. There's a little bit of chalk, on the ground. And again, it's still pulsing with this sort of glowing inner light. And from what, again, you're not overly familiar with this type of magic, but from looking at it, you are fairly confident that this is, at least for the moment, still active.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to bring us over to this. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so they are going to do that. And that will bring us over to Lydia.
Oh, great. Lydia is going to... what will Lydia do? So there's no one in the room currently. Do we still hear something coming towards the room at this point, or?
You do still hear something, actually give me a second because I can remove my minions. They are already gone. So you do still hear something coming down the hallway, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna move and then hold my action in case someone pops its head through the door.
Okay, so where are you moving?
Oh, I will move back to where I was. So let's make sure I can do that. There is my little drawer tool. So I'm gonna move around here. Around here? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's completely up to you.
Okay. Do I have to say I'm standing on the sofa? I'm not standing
No.
on the sofa. Next to the sofa.
No,
And I'm
it's-
gonna hold an action in case something pops its head through the door.
Okay, what are you holding?
I will hold. Do I want to shatter it? I'll shatter it. Yeah, why not? Pops its head through the door. Gonna get something in the face.
Alrighty then. So that'll bring us over to Cyclus, who has currently got this bag of stuff on his wrists. So just use his action to break out of his thing, and is hastily starting to scurry to grab a couple of his weapons out. So he is going to use his movement to get over here, so everybody is not clustered all in one little spot, right? You know,
Probably
right
better
conveniently
idea.
clustered together.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And that'll end his turn as he's pulling everything out and bring us over to William.
Sweet William's gonna move over here towards the door. Do I see anybody coming down the hallway?
And you'd actually have to step out as you're looking from this far in, trying to look down towards that way. You don't see anyone coming down. You don't think they're close enough that you really have a good line of sight. You'd have to step in and basically into Jack's fire to sort of crane your head around to see what's coming down the hallway.
Okay. Well then, in that case, I'm gonna hold my 2-hand crossbows and ready my actions for whoever I see coming around the bend.
Okay. That will bring us over to this. They go through. You go through their movement. Okay. And that brings us over to Jack.
Alrighty.
So you can hear William, you being the closest to the door, you can tell that they're probably only about 15, 20 feet away at this point.
I'll hold the door. Back me up.
Right, are we going for the Viceroy or the shiny portal, or are we going after the loot in our house?
True. You don't have to kill her.
What
You can just
portal?
loot her house. Oh, there's
I
a
don't
portal up
see-
there.
I don't see anything.
Behind her desk.
Actually, let me just check. Forgot that's the top of the order, so that may not be there anymore. Let's check and see. Oh yeah, so that as the top of the order, that actually vanishes.
Oh.
As that is
Yeah,
only
that's
one
no
round.
problem.
So as the circle still remains there, but as the top of the order comes, you can see the light just fades.
Huh.
It goes dark.
Right, one thing at a time then. I know where the treasure room was last time. I look at it. And I will dismiss the bonfire
Oh, okay.
and figure out how Roll20 works. So the hallway goes which direction?
So as you come south through, it turns and goes towards, basically from our map view, to the left.
Okay. Then Jack is gonna step out the door into the hallway, both guns.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So-
let's see. Where was I? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, that takes me my full 25 to get out into the hallway.
Okay, so a whole lot of things happen as you go running out that door.
All right.
So first thing is you go running out the door, immediately, as you turn and look, you see this strange, almost ghastly looking apparition charging towards you.
Cool.
Very plate almost looks like plates of studded leather armor on this individual. Sort of stringy white hair. This sort of ghastly, just disgusting face. What you're seeing, I'm going to toss this over just so everyone can see, is... Oops, that was not supposed to have the health pop up, but oh well.
Oh.
Is that.
That's ugly.
Fun.
And it is about 15 feet away from you. Almost in a full sprint charging towards you.
Oh.
Now, as you see that coming towards you, immediately as you step out the door, actually also trigger, and I'm just going to stick this individual over here so I have a token for them, triggers a held action.
Fun.
And let me see, where is... Roll 20 does not like me to be able to pull this up, so let's see what I'm asking y'all for. Okay. So within the doorway, so now basically where Jack and William are, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws. As all of you watch as from the ground, this sort of wriggling mass of black liquid starts to seep up from the ground,
Uh-oh.
and then these massive tentacles start to rise out of it.
Oh. No fun.
Dirty 20 for Jack.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Jack and William.
Yeah, it's Jack and William are the only ones who are currently in the area for it.
18.
Oh yeah, and you both managed to save. So, okay. Okay, so it is difficult terrain, but you, neither of you take any damage at the moment.
Oh boy.
And we're going to use... As you know what? I cast a spell like this. Why not use it proper?
Yee!
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
And it's
Great
literally
That is a good image.
right in the doorway.
Ooh.
So as Jack has gotten rid of his problem with the doorway, something else
Yep.
has released a held action. And as everyone else is looking at the door at the moment, Artemis, you are probably the only one who notices that the chest is starting to shimmer and fade.
Oh.
Well, crap.
And crouched on the ground is that.
Oh.
Nice.
That's horrible.
It's almost worse than the worm guy.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. The worm guy was pretty gnarly.
And as you see this, you can see the hand is reaching out. Okay, and that ends its held action.
Oh.
So did you have to
Die.
dash, Jack, or was that just your movement to get
Nah,
out
my
there?
regular movement puts me 5 feet into the hallway there.
Yeah, so you're right now there are this massive tentacles all around you, but you can see that other creature charging towards you.
Great.
Jack just goes, okay. Bang, bang!
Okay.
Alright, so the main hand pistol is a... 19.
Oh, that'll hit.
Alright, and with the offhand pistol... I rolled a 3, so it doesn't matter. The
Yeah,
modifier.
no, that one's not gonna hit.
So the main hand pistol will deal 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay. As you watch as it slams into it, and again you're used to this at this point. You can tell this thing is undead, so you're not overly surprised when it seems to not do quite as much as you thought it was going to it.
Yeah. And then let's see. I'm standing in goop.
You're standing in what looks to be a kraken fight. There are just
Yeah.
tentacles all around you.
Okay.
There's another word for that, I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't gonna go there.
She just fires off both of these pistols, and then through like the gun smoke around her, she just goes.
Nice.
You guys running at her.
Okay.
Do my held actions go off too?
No, because this thing is still down the hallway about 20 feet. It's out of your line of sight.
Gotcha.
Because you're still up at the doorway. Jack is out in the hallway and now can actually see it. So once it gets up to... let me see if... Yeah, you actually go before it does. So yeah, your eternal cycle before it's up in Jack's face and for that point.
Okay.
So that'll bring us over to Snow Moon.
So I lose I lose my spell, right?
So, what was
If
your
it
health?
was shatter.
Oh yeah, because you can't see it either at this point.
Right. Okay, I will remember that. I took that off. Okay.
So, well, again, I'll phrase it. You don't lose the spell slot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't lose the spell slot. You lost that held action.
Okay, good. I thought that
Assuming that nothing makes it
Okay.
through the door before you're
Gotcha.
to trigger yours. So,
Alright, thank you.
okay, so Snow Moon, there's a whole bunch of tentacles in front of you, and
All right. So he's gonna run around the tentacles here to try and get a look through the hallway. Can I see anything?
No, you're in the
From where I
same
am?
boat. You guys are inside a room. That hallway out in front of it is only about 10 feet wide. And this, whatever Jack is shooting at, is about 20 feet down to the left. So you would literally have to go into, either go down to where Jack's in, right at the doorway and like stick your head around the corner to see out where this thing is, or wait for it to get to you.
I mean, if I try to go through this, is it just going to be tough terrain for me, or I don't know what it's going to do to me?
You're watching as these things are just sort of whipping back and forth and flopping around. You're not really sure what it'll do. It looks like Jack and William seem to be handling it okay.
All right.
Damn, but they're nice and small and quick. You know this
Yeah, that's true.
big hunk of dragon meat, so.
If I... Alright, he's gonna put his greatsword back on his hip and pull out his crossbow. Because I heard gunfire in the hallway, so could I just shoot into the hallway blind and see if I get lucky?
I'll say for this, given you can't see anything to shoot at, you're fairly confident that you'd be literally just shooting at a wall in front of you.
Okay.
It's not that you can't see it. It's not like that it's obscured. It's literally just in your in your field of view. There is no target for you to shoot at.
Okay.
Now, mind you, you did hear something from behind you as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if I heard that or not.
Oh no, Art's the only one who really sort of saw it fade away and just pop out in view. But again, there is a vocal aspect to that spell, so anyone there would have heard it. Once it released that held action.
Alright, yeah, I guess I see. It looks like this is a no-go in the hallway here, so he's gonna decide to head back towards the lady's office.
Oh, okay. Well, again, you don't have to go through that open. You can walk right over here if you want to get in this thing's face.
Right. Yeah, so I'll get... Yeah, I guess I will just take out my greatsword and take a swing.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and,
That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
11 slashing damage again.
Okay. And if I remember, you did silver. Was silvered, correct?
Oh, yeah, it is, correct.
Oh, okay. So as you watch as it cars through, and this immediately, as you're up in this thing's face, the first thing you notice is that its clothes are sort of torn and raggy. The hairs are stringy, and pouring out of this creature's sort of mouth and eyes and nostrils is almost this black shadow.
Okay.
Just looking up at you, and now seems to be solely focused on you.
Yeah. He's just standing there, firm, staring right back at it.
Okay. And that will bring...
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay, so I'll bring us over to Furia.
All right. Do I notice the white dude in the corner over there?
You mean this guy? He's not in the room.
Yeah,
This is the one that Jack's shooting at outside.
Oh, okay.
I just needed to...
All right. He's
go
just
control
not actually
Jack
there.
can see him. Yeah.
All right.
So he's out in the hallway. Only one who can see him right now is Jack, because Jack's the only one out in the hallway.
All right. Just so I know that he's not actually here at the moment. Yeah. So I'm gonna moonbeam the weird shadow bleeding dude that Snowman
Okay.
has been hacking at.
Good idea.
Okay, so go ahead and that requires a saving throw, I believe, correct?
So it actually would activate on its turn.
Right.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's see here. That's gonna fail.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll the damage now for me, and then we'll just mark it down so it's I guess he's coming up right after Artemis anyway.
That would be 13 radiant damage.
Okay, so I'm just going to do that now so I don't forget. So that'll not count as one for the start of this turn. Anything else Fury's doing? Staying where you are? Moving?
I would be moving a little bit closer in that direction.
Oh, okay. And there is now a moonbeam on top of this person.
Yeah, it'd be over there.
Let's do, I'll just use this for your moonbeam.
Ooh, pretty. It's like a Glinda bubble.
Okay. And Fury, I gave you access to control that
Okay.
token, so I'm just going to move it over to the side a little bit so I can click on the token, because the minute that hits it, it's going to get the hell out of dodge. So that'll bring us over to Artemis then.
I'm just going to do a little bit of a backing up. I'm not scared, or no, are you? And I'm gonna chuck a firebolt at it. That lovely,
Oh,
no
okay.
longer chest of a person.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
And that's adding my dex.
Oh, no, so Firebolt is your spellcasting modifier.
Spellcast.
So it's a d20 plus your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
So it should be like 5 or 6.
Plus my intelligence modifier, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
So what's your intelligence modifier?
3.
Oh, okay. And then don't forget, you had your proficiency bonus as well, which is
2.
probably 2.
Yep.
It is 2.
Also
So
known as your spell attack bonus.
Yeah.
Found on the
it's up in
spells
the-
page.
Yeah, on the spells page, it's up on the right-hand side.
oh, so it is. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Hey, no
Okay.
problem. I always forget that it's there because
Yep.
lots of the spells I use don't require it.
So a dirty 20.
That'll definitely hit, so go ahead and roll some damage.
Okay. Well, you know, I'll take it. A 7.
Okay. So as you watch as the fire starts to lick up the side, it doesn't seem like it did as much as you anticipated it would.
Oh, blast. Okay.
But it does manage to maintain concentration on its spell. And anything else Art would be doing?
They're curious about, like, I guess if there'd be any information about what that portal is or anything to do about it, like if there's any papers on the desk or anything like that, but
Yeah,
at the
that's
moment,
something
not
you're
really.
pretty sure that you'd have to
Yeah.
take some time searching through. That's not something you'd be able to check right now, but
So no.
so that'll bring us over to this creature's.
Right.
And as it is dealing with Snow Moon right in front of it, it is going to reach out and try to grab Snow Moon. Okay. Ooh, oh, that's going to be close. 17 Snow Moon?
Yep. Meets it. Meets it.
Okay. Meets it. So let's see here. Give me a second. I gotta get some more dice.
Never great. And at the end says I need to get more
I
dice.
need more dice for
Okay.
this.
Yeah, not a good feeling.
Okay, so that is
Yes, we are.
18 points of cold damage,
Okay.
and your strength is reduced by 5.
Ooh.
Yikes. Okay.
And that is. It's. doesn't really want to be close. Yeah, it's actually going to move anyway because it. Oh, wait, let me see if it still has concentration on that. Yep, that's 18 on the die, so it still has concentration on its spell, but it is definitely getting the hell out of that thing. So let's see. It just saw another spellcaster check on it, so this thing is going to charge over and get right up next to Art.
Ooh,
Let's dig
ooh, that
back
changes my
into-
plans.
Now that bubble is actually where
Certainly
it
changes
stopped.
my funeral arrangements.
So as it's running away, Snowman, you can take an attack of opportunity if you want to.
Yeah, he'll swing his greatsword as it tries to
Okay.
retreat.
And don't forget to use your new modified strength modifier.
Yeah, it's still an 18 on the dice.
That'll still hit.
10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. As this thing is not looking in. You're starting to see little bits, Art, as it's charging up towards you. And again, it's running almost ferally on all fours towards you. You can see almost like this black, almost like shadow flowing out from its back as this large gash is carved into it by Snowmoon.
Gross.
Okay, and that'll bring us over to Lydia.
Lydia's gonna move up here next to Furia, just because of range of stuff, and because she likes Furia. So that is gonna be 30 feet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You know, Art's 30 feet. The door is 25. Okay. I can do this. I'm gonna do a guiding bolt at the dude
Oh, okay.
for now. 'Cause I don't want to use the staff unless for the lady, right? Use the staff on the lady. Okay, but this thing's ugly, so I'm gonna try to hit it. 18?
That'll hit.
Cool. So that is... Sorry, I've never used this spell. 46. Nice. 46. My little Shadowrun dice. Ooh, nice. 10,
Lots of red, right?
13, 14, 15, 16 points of radiant.
Jesus.
I know, 2 5s.
Put more guards in this room.
So how's it looking? Pretty wispy or?
It's as you're watching now, as this radiant light sort of pulls off now. Guiding bolt, I believe, gives the next person who hits it tries to attack an advantage, right?
Wait, let me see.
So as you watch, as it's now giving off this sort of strange
Yes.
glow.
Yep,
And
it has advantage.
what color would this glow be?
What's my favorite color? It's gonna be purple.
A
A purple spark that goes towards it and... Phew.
Okay. Just slightly now radiating. It's got this black, shadowy substance pouring out of its wounds, but at the same point, it's now intermingled with this light, pulsing purple glow.
It's beautiful. It's very elegant. And that's my turn.
Okay, so that'll bring us over to Seckless, who is looking over at Jack and William and sort of like half glances up at this thing, doesn't seem to be overly concerned, but sees the two of you standing down there. And is sort of going to come up back beside William, just outside of this pool. And be like, "There's something else coming down there," and pulls out the crossbow and puts a silver-tipped crossbow bolt in it, standing beside William's going to hold his action. And actually, once I got to make another concentration check before we hit William's turn. Okay, and unfortunately, it has failed its check, so the tentacles disappear.
Hell yeah.
So William does not need to make a dexterity save to start William's turn. So, William, you can see your sister is firing off at something charging down the hallway.
Okay.
And the tentacles have just vanished in front of you.
I love that. So, this thing over here next to Art, like, I can't see that because of this wall here. Right?
It's not a wall. That's just a way I delineate, because that basically there are 2 small steps that lead up to that. So all that is showing that there's a difference in height.
Okay,
So yes, you have a clear line of sight. You can see that thing's over there. It's glowing. It's oozing black smoke.
Okay. Can we say I could have used my held action to like shoot at that thing when that like appeared? Because I think we kind of missed that opportunity to ask that.
Yeah, so you'd be able to fire at it. If we do it back then, you wouldn't get sneak attack on it because it would have been down here when you initially had it on hold. There was nobody near it. But yeah, you can definitely use your held action to take a shot at it at that point. You go ahead and make an attack roll. Okay, so that will definitely hit.
Those are silver.
Yeah, because I think you ended up with, what was it, 15 or 20 of them, if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
Something like that.
15.
Oh, okay. So that would be your held actions. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and make an attack against it now. Or if you're going outside to see what your sister's dealing with.
I'll step to the door here. And peek out. How far away is that ugly thing?
It's about 15, 20 feet down the hallway back to the left. So as you sort of like post up around the corner and dig around and turn and look, you can see it charging up. Looks like it's got a let me see, what is it carrying on it currently?
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a long sword in one hand, another long sword worn on its hip, and the other hand's just up as it's charging, wielding one sword, charging right at Jack.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stow my hand crossbow and draw my 2 scimitars, and look over at Jack and tell her to stand back. I got this.
Okay.
Everyone get
And
back
I'll
in the room.
hold an action for when it comes in.
Oh, okay. That'll bring us right over to it. So it's charging right up. So as it charges up, and it's basically from where you're right at the door and Jack's right out in the hallway. So it's basically, I'm just going to shift your token a little bit so you can see what the layout's going to look. So basically, it is charging up and is going to be, not on top of Jack, be right there in between you. So that would trigger your held action.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one misses. Second one is going to hit, though.
Sorry, do I get sneak attack? It's next to Jack.
Me, right?
Yeah, if you have something that'll do it, if you have an ally within 5 feet, then yes, you would.
So another 6 more slashing damage.
Okay.
10 total. Silver.
Okay. So as you carve into it, it almost doesn't even seem to notice you at first, as it is going straight after Jack. The first one coming at you, Jack, is a longsword attack.
Huh?
And that is a nat 20.
Oh boy.
So let's see, the longsword is going to be... Okay. 13 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty.
And then the second attack is it reaches out and tries to grab hold of you with its free hand. And that is a 16.
It would hit, if not for the fact that after it hit me the first time, I go, nope! And the gun smoke swirling around her from their first 2 shots coalesces into a shield in front of her and bats his hand away.
And as you watch as the hand as a hand sort of drags down the smoke, Jack, you can see this pulse of energy within its hand. Just growls angrily towards you. That brings us over to you.
Oh, cool. Okay, I am going to take my bonus action. As he's right in my face now, and I say, "Oh, you look interesting. I think the lady will like you." And I stow my offhand pistol, and I say, "Marka, I release you." As I point it at him, and Jack's eyes turn black. And I'm going to use X-Blade's curse on him.
Okay.
And then I will make an attack with my mainland pistol.
Did we ever learn what Maka was after all this time? Or has he just been
Nobody has
talking
asked
to them?
me.
Okay.
And I'm going to really impress everybody by rolling a 1 on my attack.
Yeah!
Then
And
backfires. Like
then...
he puts his finger in the barrel.
oh no, wait a minute! Halfling black! Aha!
Nice.
That's a little better, hey! Thank you for reminding me of my misfire rule. Okay. An 18 instead.
Okay, so that is... I'm pretty sure that's going to hit. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Oh, I should have Eldritch Blast. I don't know why I used my gun again. I already learned this. Okay, whatever. 10 points of piercing damage.
No.
2 of them are magical, maybe? No, I guess not. 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I am going to use Action Surge. And Surge. And I'm going to disengage. And then go.
Yeah, so you've got basically you have the hallway open to you, back into the room.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Actually,
Backpedal to safety.
as you're running back, Seckless has fired off a crossbow bolt and it just misses high as he forgot he had a held action too.
Okay,
Okay, so you backed up.
that's it. I'm done.
Okay. And then that will bring us over to Snowmoon.
All right. He is going to approach a little closer to this creature, and he's going to yell to Art, "Stay strong, Art," and he will use his breath weapon attack.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is a DC 12 Dex save.
Okay. And that is a 13, so he just makes it. So that's half damage on the save, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Six, so 3 points of
Okay.
acid damage.
Okay. And as you watch as the acid slams into this creature and it just turns and cocks its head at you. It seems like this... You can see that it was resisting it, but it doesn't even look like it took what you'd expect for something that managed to get mostly out of the way. Okay, anything else you'd be doing?
Let's yeah, he's going to use the rest of his movement to get right up next to it and use Action Surge.
Okay.
And he's going to draw his greatsword and strike again.
Okay, go ahead and
Oh,
make
you
it.
have advantage on this.
I did.
Right?
Yeah, because this is the first actual physical attack since
Yep.
attack roll on it, yeah.
About a 15 to hit.
15 will do it.
Oof.
With advantage?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the better of my two.
Ooh.
Right, 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. And yeah, it's carved out, and now it's got another long gash in it. There's more of the smoke seems to be billowing out of it.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna stand firm again, and
Okay. So that'll bring us over to Furia.
I am going to move my moonbeam. Once again on top of the shadow guy, but move it around Snow Moon so it doesn't hit Snow Moon or Artemis.
Okay.
I got 60 feet of movement, so should be able to do that.
Okay. So it is an action to move it, though.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, easy enough to get it right over, and I'm just gonna bounce it. Oh, that's right. I set off a drawing, so we'll just stick there for now. Okay. So that's gonna have to make another saving throw at the beginning. What's the DC on your saving throw?
Beating 13.
Okay. Talk to everyone to keep that. That was a 19 on the die. And it's con save, right?
It is a con save, yes.
Okay. So that's gonna make it. That's a 17. So what's the damage?
It would be 8.
Okay. So before it, or is that the saved value?
It would be the start of its turn. And
Right,
that's,
so it would
that's half damage.
So 8 is the half, or it would take 4?
8 is the half damage.
Okay, perfect. So we're just gonna mark that down. Okay. Anything else you're doing? Moving, staying where you are?
I'm gonna stay where I am, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I would toss out a no, I'll wait. That is the end of my turn.
Okay, so that brings us over to Artemis then.
Right. Well. I don't want to risk getting hit by this thing, so, I'm going to do something very exciting and, cast Magic Missile again.
Okay.
It works.
You know.
It's a really good spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll up some damages. He is, again, you're watching as these magical darts are just slamming into this thing point blank range.
Not sorry, not sorry. 18.
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
Ooh.
Nice.
It doesn't even get to die to Moonbeam.
Screaming and terrified.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, there went my plan. Let me see.
So as you watch as this Snowman, and you can see almost terror in Art's face as these bolts start flying out, and it's just punching holes into this body. As the darts travel through it, you watch as this shadow starts pouring out, and the torch that's above Artemis's head goes out. It's just this blast of smoke and shadow just envelops it and puts the flame out.
I kind of imagine Artemis like going like, "No, sorry." Pew pew pew.
Basically.
Shielding. Ah!
As it collapses on the ground, that
Wow.
ends its life.
Nice.
Or unlife.
Good job.
Anything else you're doing, Artemis? Is this body is now just laying there sort of leaking smoke and shadow?
Yeah. Taking a couple of hot steps back from it. And another hot step. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm good back here.
Okay.
Hello, my cat. Hi.
And that'll bring us over to
Someone
Lydia.
just looks at Art Nice
Would I
one.
be able to see out the room towards this thing yet? Or...
Yeah, it's now right in the doorway now.
Oh, okay.
Like, William posted up on the corner of the door, like on the door jamb. Jack
Mhm.
was in the hallway, so this thing charged Jack, and as it ran up and started hacking at Jack, all of a sudden you saw William just turn around and start slashing back with scimitars. Seklas
Okay.
took a shot and missed horrifically.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. And guiding bolt it.
Okay, so go ahead and fire one off.
Alright, let me see. 20. 19!
That'll hit.
Okay, cool. Shrug off the druid shawl for a second. And rolls nice. Ooh, that's even better. Dude,
I like the sound of that.
18 points of radiant damage.
Dang.
Okay.
Two
Uh,
sixes.
Nice.
As you watch as William, this thing in front of you looks wrecked. Whatever Lydia just did to it is now starting to glow and pulse with this energy.
Yep.
And it's giving off that same sort of purple glow. Anything else you'd be doing?
Nope, just standing here. looking
Okay.
pretty.
And that brings up Seklas, who, looking at that thing, looking at the creature is going to try
Did
to
we
take
give him
a
any silvered weapons, Seklas?
He had it on. He had his own. He's got
Okay.
silver crossbow bolts. Matt did all
Okay,
that stuff
cool.
back. So he's
Okay.
going to take a shot at it.
He's got
He's
advantage.
got advantage on it. And that
I
is-
wanted that advantage. Don't steal my kill.
It's a 4 and a 6 on the die, so he,
Oh.
with advantage, he's not going to hit it.
Seklas.
I guess his earlier experience just shook him up too much.
Yeah.
Poor
That's
guy.
it. And he keeps casting this side-over glance, looking at Snow Moon.
And he's just like staring daggers back at him, probably making it worse, but
And that'll bring us to William.
Where did this animosity come from?
He ripped the
Alright.
fingers off his neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's true.
Why'd
you do that?
That is such an
well, I
odd
did that
sentence.
just to like try and sell that he was our prisoner, but
But you heard him.
This
Yeah.
dude knew that was the plan.
Yeah.
He's been out there killing goddamn vampires or whatever. I don't know why he's being a poopy pants now.
Yeah, that's true.
So first one hits, second one hits. How do you want to do it, William? That's enough.
Oh, I just like put my scimitars in an X formation and just like scissor its head off.
nice.
So as the head falls to the ground, you find yourselves out of combat, at least for the moment.
As the head like falls away from the body, a little bit of like black, tenebrous smoke comes out of the neck hole of the guy that William chopped, and like flows its way over to Jack, and a little bit of her sword wound like closes up.
I'm gonna ask you. So, Jack, now it's probably not the time, but I was wondering who Maka was.
You are correct. Now is really not the time.
Alright, we'll put this conversation on hold and we'll get back to it.
Yeah, yes, we talk when we are not trying to escape a vampire lady.
Murder mansion, sure.
We're
Arthur
not
was-
trying to escape. We're trying to kill her and get what we are here for.
Yes, it's.
We are here for her treasure, which I know where is. So
Why don't we go there?
let's just go get treasure and then leave.
Or does Artemis. Do you want to study the circle for a little?
I don't really want to study the circle, I just want to go through the desk. Just give me a hot minute.
Okay.
I look
Oh,
over at
through that
Seklas to
desk.
see what he's thinking about people
I
not wanting to
will-
follow through with him.
Are we staying here for a long time or a short time? Probably a short time. I will heal. How bad do you look, anyone? You're okay?
Okay, I'm at like half.
Fine.
I'm fine.
Okay. I will...
As you're looking, you can see Snowman's a little beat up, but again, what catches your eye more than anything else is you notice that same sort of drained, sort of emaciated look to him.
Right. And did we say that was a greater resto if that was gonna happen? Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's not one of those. Okay. Alright, I can't help you, Snow Moon. Sorry. But
I'll be
you're
I'll be
okay
fine.
right now? Okay. So
But yeah, I want to see if there's anything in the desk that's like information about what's been going on, correspondence or something, or...
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
And Snowman's just sticking with Art before they move out.
Okay.
Yeah, I would dismiss my moonbeam before anybody got hurt
Okay.
accidentally, you know.
14?
Okay. So as you're going through the desk, you don't see a whole lot in there that jumps out at you. You find a couple of scraps of paper. I find a little bit of information on instructions on teleportation circles. Doesn't give anything too in-depth, though, with it. It seems like this was something that the lady had jotted down potentially for somebody else. But it also, as you look down and look at the notes here, it gives you a pretty good idea of what she just cast.
Yeah.
Ranging through a couple of other things. You don't find really anything other than that. You do find a key ring with a couple of keys on it.
We'll take that. That's mine now.
Fury, to answer your first question, Sectus is just sort of plops down on one of the chairs, rubbing the back of his neck, looking over at the desk and Snow Moon.
His face is kind of softened a little bit now, but he doesn't say anything to him though.
I'm not gonna apologize for hurting him.
No, I had to try and sell it to the Viceroy that he was our prisoner.
Little harsh.
It was what needed to be done.
So, Jack, do you think you could lead us to the treasure room?
Oui, I know where it is from last time I was here.
Alright.
Be ready in case more of our blind, whatever peoples are also monsters, hmm?
Are we going to be sneaky about this?
I can't sneak.
I feel like we sort of have thrown that baby out with the bathwater on this one.
Wait, people like what? That's a horrible thing to do.
She like
I don't understand.
kind of like wiggles her, like holds up her gun. She's like, everyone in the house knows we are.
Yeah, probably from the tentacles.
She says, I think
I'd
stealth,
rather not
stealth is beyond us.
kill
I say we go.
innocent
If we shan't
people.
kill anyone to get in our way, get what we need. If we can find the Viceroy and kill her on the way out, great. If not, get our shit and go.
Well, we are here in part thanks to Seckless, and I mean, he wants the Viceroy dead. I definitely have him to thank for getting me my information. I think we should try our best to find the lady.
As I say, if she is here, we kill her on the way out. If not,
It is true, she might not even be in this building.
And we don't want to go searching for her too much in her own house. Might be laden with traps or something.
Well, I mean, we can have. I mean, I could detect magic. But I think we need to do our best to find her. I owe Seckless that much, at least.
Art's getting like really antsy, and I think we should get on this like right now. The sooner the better. I don't know where she's gone, but she's gone somewhere. Poof. So
Can you
the sooner
tell
we can get
by
on this.
the circle on the floor?
There's some sort of teleportation, so my worry is that she's either On our way out, already out, or somewhere in the treasure and busy hiding things or what have you.
Well, I guess treasure first and lady second.
Sounds good to me.
Because we know where the treasure is and not the lady.
Let's move then.
Jack like rolls her eyes and immediately just like strikes at everybody. And William would be the only one to understand as she switches to halfling. And she's like, "Cool, we had 5 minutes of discussion to decide exactly what I said before. Christ, let's go."
She said good work.
It must take forever to say anything in halfling.
Yeah, so is everyone's falling after Jack?
Was there a body anywhere? Bodies?
What do you mean?
Were there bodies to loot?
Oh, there are 2 guards. There are 2 other dead things.
Should we look at the bodies?
Jack's
I'd
already
like
at
to-
the door, Lydia.
Okay, we'll leave.
I'd like to loot her desk and her bookcase. I don't
So
know.
Art's already gone through the desk. Didn't
Okay.
find. If you want, you can go through the bookcases.
I'll go through the bookcases.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Oh,
I got some
nope,
keys
I
from the
can't
desk.
read.
It's, as you walk over there and just start, without even starting to pull them out, you start looking at the titles of these books, and it looks like, from what your initial 10 or 20-second glances, looks like she actually did her job to some degree as the viceroy of this city. As all the books behind here are on tax codes, building codes. It looks like it's all things involved with basically things you would need to know to run the city.
Oh, who's gonna run the city if she's going?
I'm
We have to worry
Michelle
about
says
that.
a system in place.
True, but is it gonna be another vampire or oogie boogie thing?
Oh my God, that's not our problem. Come on.
Okay. I'm walking.
Dive right behind you.
But what about the social infrastructure?
I heard there's this really cool vampire named Strawn.
As they come out, as William comes from rifling her desk, he's like, "Are you done? You find a cool fountain pen? Yes. Can we go to the treasure room now?"
Yes, treasure room, of course.
It's a clicky pen.
It is a clicky fountain. I don't think they make clicky fountain.
No,
They
no,
do. They're the best thing ever. By the way. Yes.
Amazing! I know you like calligraphy, that's awesome.
They're called vanishing points.
I am
Anyway.
going to write that down, because I
We're
want
running
one.
after Jack.
Yes, we are, but I'm going to write that down anyway. Vanish.
A couple of seconds later, eventually Seckless manages to catch up with the group of you as Jack is leading you upstairs around the door. Jack, eventually you find your way back over to that same set of double doors.
Yep.
Still closed.
Okay. So as we pull up on it, she'll point to the door. She'll say, "This was where I looked before, where there should be hopefully treasures and perhaps one of the magic people can look at with their eyeballs to make sure
I
they
will
can
turn
explode
on-
us."
I will turn on detect magic in my brain.
Alrighty then. So immediately as you start looking, you do actually get a sense from the door. And let me see exactly what it is
Clicky fountain.
telling you. Okay. Okay, come on, spell. Okay, you are getting a strong sense of abjuration magic cast on the door.
Whoa. The door is warded. With
What
magic.
does that mean?
It's got some enchantment on it. Artemis, would you care to elaborate? Or dispel it? I don't know how this works.
I mean, I could dispel it by touching it and then taking whatever it is and just flying across the room. I don't know.
No, can you dispel it with your own magic?
What's our what was that word?
No, I cannot.
Is it going to
Abjuration.
go up when we open it?
means it's protecting something inside. I can throw a gargoyle at it. Cause I keep them around my
What?
pockets. You know my gargoyles I keep around my pockets to cast light on. I can just throw a gargoyle at it. Me and Jack, we both like gargoyles.
We could just throw a rock at it or
That
a
too.
coin.
No,
I don't-
gargoyle is better.
Gargoyle. So I will
What?
take a gargoyle out of my pocket. And
What
Yes.
about try to slide a coin underneath the door?
you do that
Because
too.
then maybe
Gargoyle
I could
is midair.
turn into
No.
a spider and crawl under the door if the
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before anybody touches door, Jack is going to move like 10 feet down the hallway
Yeah.
and use his,
Mhm.
Yeah,
use his-
we're all
convince he's going to explode.
Oh, okay.
we'll all move away from the door. And do you want us to throw a coin at it?
I'll
Say-
dig out like
sorry.
a copper piece and
Okay.
try to like slide it along the floor and slide it underneath the door to see if anything happens. Is there an underneath the door?
Yeah, there's probably a good like half inch or 3/4 of an inch gap underneath it. You easy enough. You slide a coin, and just like curling, slides right underneath the door.
Okay.
You
If
just
have
lost a
to touch the
copper.
hand.
You guys know about magic. Does whatever that wood was mean
Abjuration.
that spider me could crawl under the door
I don't know
and maybe
because you're
open it
alive.
from the inside?
You're alive and you'd be touching the door handle. That's my only stipulation.
But I'd be on the other side.
Yes.
Maybe,
Sure.
Maybe Artemis do the,
Mage hand, yes! Why don't we think of this earlier?
We could all stand far away and try. It's probably locked, but I mean, we could try.
Sure, let me try.
Jack is gonna go back to him. She'll be like, Artemis, do this.
You got it. I'm going to try and mage hand. I guess I'll try the doorknob first, and then we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. So you cast Mage Hand, it floats over, grabs the knob, pulls down, opens out towards you. Doesn't seem
Well,
to have
that
any
was
problem.
very spooky.
What if we just. It's probably like that other one. We walk over it, it goes boom. Or tentacly things.
I thought that was a guy did this.
Oh, maybe. I didn't.
Disappear when Lydia punched the spoopy boy in the face.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right now the door.
Alright,
Does it look like the spell's gone, Lydia, just because the door opened, or?
is the
What's
spell
on
on
the
the door?
inside of the room?
Yeah.
No, it's,
Before we talk about getting through.
Lydia, you're still seeing that the door and the doorway are still glowing with that same.
Oh, the doorway too. Okay.
So like the space is still.
As you sort of crane your head and look in, you can see that there is. Well, I should say, is anyone walking back up to the doorway, so you can really sort of like look around.
I will.
So as you
I
sort
will.
of, as you're walking up and looking around, you can see that there are. It looks almost like a museum in here. There are just glass cases. You can see that there are weapons displayed in cases. There are maps hung on the walls, tapestries, paintings, all manner of different things. You also see another door on the right-hand side within this room.
Okay.
This door seems to be much sturdier than the one you were just dealing with. It's a thicker door. It's metal, like banding across it.
Is anything glowing in the room or on the second door?
The second door is not glowing. You
Okay.
do see. Actually, how much? What is detect magic blocked by? Give me a second here. 1 inch. Yeah, so you
It's
do
30.
see some things glowing behind the second door.
Okay, behind the second door.
Yeah.
But not in the museum-like area.
Not
okay.
not in this first area. It looks like as you're looking, you're pretty sure that a lot of stuff in here is probably worth a decent amount of coin. But where
Okay.
you're looking for something of a magical nature, you're pretty sure it's probably stuck in that second room.
Alright, guys. I'm pretty sure we have to go into this other room that's inside. There's stuff here that we could probably fence eventually, but that's not where the magical items are.
Well, we were looking for just plain money and magic too, but I mean, a fancy trinket or two, I don't think that would go wasted.
Sure, we could all pick up fancy rapiers or something
We are,
from
we are
As long as
looking for
boxes
the
aren't-
other part of the thing, right?
yeah, the
Yes,
transporter.
the
And
artifact.
a lady.
And
And
the
a lady.
Well,
Can we even
Go ahead,
still?
all of you make a perception check at this point, as you've been spending a
Oh,
couple of
dear.
minutes here.
11.
I'd like to use my nat 20.
9.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
14. Oh wait, no, I got a modifier in it. Hold on.
I got a 21. My
Okay.
perception rolls have been on point tonight. I don't
16.
understand.
So we've got a nat 20 used. We got a 21. So basically, only 2 of you notice. I'm starting to smell something. It smells a little smoky.
Oh, farts. Okay.
Ooh, can we tell where it's coming from, or is it just general in the air
It's-
type of?
It's very distant. It seems to be coming from somewhere back the other direction, though.
Like vaguely the area where like we knocked over our candelabra and lit the bonfire.
Yeah, basically down by that end of the house where.
Okay.
Well, before we go further, I do smell a little tiny bit of fire in the air.
Oh,
Well, then we need to work quickly.
Okay.
So who's gonna knock out this spell thing?
Oh mon dieu! And I walk through the doorway.
Well, I've been peeking my head through the doorway. So.
Well, oh, you put your head through the doorway?
Oh, I thought you said I was.
No,
So
I thought you were just in front of it. So yeah, if you put your head through the doorway, the minute your head crosses that plane, all of you
We'll
start
do that.
hearing bing, bing, bing as a bell starts ringing.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
Well,
now
the
we
fire
really
alarm
don't worry.
works.
Well,
Let
can
me-
we,
Alright. I will
can we
run
walk
to
through
the
at
other...
this point since we already
Yeah, I'll
sounded
run
the
to
alarm?
the other door.
Okay.
Is that door magical?
I would like to
Yeah,
start.
the second door is
opening
not
these,
magical.
As Lydia did not say anything was magical, and see if they're open and just grab stuff that looks expensive.
Yeah, I want the case.
Okay.
of-
I don't know anything about anything expensive, but I'm grabbing what I think looks expensive.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the second door, you know, where
Okay.
stuff is.
As she moves forward, Jack goes like business mode, and like Ocean's 11 style. She's like, "Ilham, you undo this room. I'll check the door for the next one." As like thieves' tools are coming out of her, like her bags and stuff.
And as you're heading
Nice.
over towards that second door, Lydia's on there jerking on the knob, and it appears to be locked.
Wait, did Anonymous say that she had, or he had keys? They had keys? Keys!
Oh yeah, Artemis.
Yes, Art.
You
How
got
many
there
keys?
at the end. Yes, I do. I'm gonna go up to the door and try the keys.
Okay. Takes you all about 15 seconds, if that.
I
Third-
thought it was gonna be like a ring of like 100 keys, and he's like,
Oh no.
"Hang on,
Nope.
nope,
There's
not
only,
this one either."
only about 3 or 4 on this ring. It takes Artemis a couple of shots. Third key, they try, though. You hear a click. Door swings open. And immediately within the room, Lydia, how long does your detect magic last?
10
Is it half-
minutes.
Okay, yeah, so you're well within time then. So as you're looking in here, the first thing you notice is remembering the spherical piece, that sort of anchor stone
Mm-hmm.
at top. You see what looks to be a rather about maybe 6-inch diameter stone column with a slightly recessed top on one end
Okay.
that is giving off that same sort of glow. Your thought is telling you this is probably what you guys came in here looking for.
Okay.
Other things you notice within the area, though, is you are seeing a couple of other things give off a glow.
Mm-hmm.
There is what looks to be a couple of scrolls stuffed into a couple of tubes,
Okay.
and looks to be a small pile of coins. that
Are
are
magicked?
glowing. They appear to be.
Huh. I will grab Bitter Jack and I'll start pointing in different directions and shovel that, shovel that, shovel that.
Okay, and no questions, she just starts shoveling things into the big hole.
That's
And
what we came here for.
I'll call out from the other room, and when you're done, come over here.
Okay.
Okay. So eventually you guys get everything tossed in. Head back into the other room. William, so your sister sent you to clean out this first room with Furia. Have you been basically helping out emptying everything out in here?
Oh yeah, it's going right
okay.
in the bag.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me with advantage. As you and Fury are going through this. Okay, beautiful.
16.
So you guys are going through. You end up with a total of 5, we'll call them decorative rapiers. Wouldn't do a whole lot in combat, but they're pretty much made to decorate overly wealthy people's houses. You get a couple of tapestries that you're guessing are probably worth anywhere between 150 to 200 gold. You do manage to find one, and this is something, Furia, you saw and immediately picked up. It looks to be a rather large stone geode. Looking within it, it's sort of this sort of pearlescent, like a cross between a pearlescent and an iridescent sort of color shift within the actual stone. William, you look at it and it's a pretty rock, but you know it's not a gem. You don't think you'd be able to get a whole lot for it unless you found somebody who was really looking for a geode. Fury, this thing just fascinates. It's the beautiful thing of nature to you.
Aww.
And then you also find what looks to be a small silver crown. Again, you think you can probably get a couple of hundred gold for it, maybe.
Unless Lydia starts wearing it. She might pay the party so she can wear it.
Rule 1 of robbing the Viceroy's house: don't wear the stolen crown.
I didn't say I'd wear it in the city.
Yeah, you gotta wait till we leave.
Yeah, I'll wear it on the ship.
So as you guys come in, and I'm dumping armfuls of swords and stuff into the bag. You guys got the thing we came for?
Yep. We should leave now.
No, we need to look for the lady.
Well, she's not in here. Where else do we have to look? There was the one hall. Yes, it was.
The other magic room didn't have another door in it.
There is, from when I was here before, like I went when you get to the top of the stairs, like I went this way. There was like the other way that I could have gone. I don't know what's down there.
Oh, okay, right.
So basically, he went left, the opposite way of the meeting area. Mm-hmm. There's the area above the meeting area, like her office and where you had the meeting. Mm-hmm. But you would all know this from knowing, just being in the house and knowing which way you've turned. That's also right above where you're smelling the smoke coming from. So if you're going to check it, you think you've probably got a few minutes, but depending on if this fire is catching, you don't think you'll have a whole heck of a lot of time.
Jack, why don't you go with someone and pour the decanter of endless water on the fire, and we'll run upstairs and try to detain her.
I got pretty close to the lady. Maybe I could try to locate her.
The decanter
That's
of
what
endless
she
water
wearing.
into that fire would be counterproductive to my goal of burning down the Viceroy's house.
Oh, but I thought we needed the Viceroy.
Well, we do.
As you say that, Jack, Sekla starts laughing. And holds up a tinderbox.
Oh.
Jack's like, hey, high fives him.
Well,
Alright.
Seklis, what do you think? Can we just leave the house now and take
I'm going to
satisfaction?
try to locate the lady.
Okay.
And I'm just going to cast locate object and focus on something the lady was wearing that I saw when I was 5 feet away from her.
Okay, let's see here. You said locate object?
Locate object.
Okay, so let's see here.
A specific object known to you as long as you have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
Nice.
Okay.
And it's within 1,000 feet of where I
Okay,
currently
but
am.
lasts
and
up to
lasts
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
Okay, so give me a
Right.
second. We got to gotta jump over and take a look here. Oh, not that far out. Okay. Okay. As you cast it, you do not get a single ping.
Oh,
How big is the house? Jack, you think it's 1,000 feet big?
Probably much more than this, yes.
I can't see
Pretty
here
big
anywhere.
mana, right?
So it's you would know just from your exploration, you would know that itself, the house itself, square footage is probably a good deal more than that. It's about 500 or 600 feet long from one end to the other, and about 400 or 500 feet deep. So it is a large house. And likewise, Fear, you would have a pretty good sense that when you're casting this, based on the size, that you'd be able to cover the house. You don't think she's in here, but likewise, given the size of the house and the size of the city, you know, she could be almost anywhere, basically outside of the immediate surrounding area of her mansion.
I mean, if
Okay, so I know for sure she's not in the house.
Yeah, no,
From
you
what I
definitely know
saw.
she's not here. You know she's not like right outside on the grounds either. You know she's left this property.
Alright, so after asking Jack that, it's like, well, I guess she's not here.
all right.
that
I
case-
say we hightail it out.
Yes, I can smell the smoke now, so.
As long as we got everything from the room over there we need.
Yeah.
I am gonna run to look at the other side before we
Okay.
back down the stairs.
Okay, so you run over. As you run down, you get down to that end. There's another 3 doors, again on the left-hand wall, leading further into the house, not towards the front and the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Doors don't appear to be locked. As you're, are you just opening each door and scanning in real
Yeah,
quick?
pretty much. She's just like
Okay.
kicking him in to look what's inside.
Kicking the first one, it's got looks to be about 6 or 7 beds in it. Looks to be a very sort of rudimentary, almost like guard barracks. A little nicer than your typical, but yeah, it looks like it's where her own guards stay.
Okay.
Run down, kick in the second one, and it is looks to be like a small for this type of property kitchen area. Looks small eating area. I think maybe staff or guards would eat in here. The cooks are at the back of the room. Another one of those similar stove that you very similar stove to the one you saw in the farmhouse.
Okay.
And then third room is, kick that one in. Looks to be the actual dining hall. A large sort of oval table. Seats all along the side, sort of coming down to a point near the door and sort of branching up towards the top. At the top, it dips in. So it basically looks almost like someone tried to make a bubble U, but then just cut it real short. So there's one seat at the very end of the table that's got a higher back to it.
Okay. All right.
I'm just
Yeah.
imagining that place in Skyrim with all the vampires, like the castle, and it's just like disgusting.
I'll run back down the hallway as they're coming to meet them by the the stairs.
Is the blind guy still there? Did he get out okay?
As you run down the stairs, he is still standing there, just leaning on the.
I will say, you got to get out of here, there's fire, and I'll grab his elbow and gently lead him.
Evil, what are you doing?
Do we
I
see
will-
any more guards while we're running to the estate?
You haven't seen any as of yet.
I will
Okay.
gently guide the poor blind man outside.
Oh,
Lydia,
okay.
he was on their side. You know that, right?
No, I don't. I choose to believe that he was just an elderly blind doorman.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. So as you reach up and sort of how are you grabbing him to guide him out?
By the elbow, like gently.
Oh, okay. You grab his elbow and start escorting him out. As you look, there's problem is it takes you a moment to sort of get him to get his hands off of this sort of podium.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you manage to sort of drag him outside.
Okay. Is it sunny out? Does he wither in the sunlight?
He does not wither in the sunlight.
See, I told you guys!
As he looks up again, those sort of milky white eyes, he looks up and... It smells a little better out here.
Yeah, there was a fire going on. Just tell him that we're leaving. Bye! And we should all go. Now.
As we were like on our way out, Jack is definitely still like anything that she can just like swipe off of like countertops into the bag of holding. She's just like
Oh, okay.
and anything that she can, she's knocking over and breaking.
Okay,
Like,
so as you guys
full
are
on
charged,
pirate time. Jack is looting and pillaging right now.
it's yeah, and you guys can hear as Jack is sort of charging down at the end. You can definitely hear things breaking. You know, a couple of like
Nice
potted
shit
plants
arm
vases. You
down the
know,
stairs.
Clank, 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 clank.
you're definitely hearing some noise. And as you all come running out, and you're looking, you're now out in this front courtyard, and you're looking around. The old man is sort of, as you let go of his elbow as he walks outside, you watch as he just sort of, very sort of slowly, just sort of, almost like accordion-esque, just sort of folds and sits on the stairs.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like fades away or something. Okay, he sits on the stairs.
This goes the whole time.
Yeah.
And then as he's just sort of sitting there, as he's out and you're looking around, you can see there are still the two guards standing at the front gate, now looking over at you, looking
Act
at the
natural.
house. As you can see, as you're all looking around, you can start to see smoke is starting to drift out of the front door.
I yell at them. I go, "Thank God you're out here. The viceroy's inside. You gotta go get her. A fire spontaneously started."
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Wouldn't that be a deception check?
Yeah, I meant deception. I don't know why I said persuasion.
Ooh, I get nothing in either, but I mean persuasion or deception. But I rolled a 19.
Nice.
Nice.
This is gonna matter. I have to hold on. I gotta find their sheet.
Oh no!
It matters.
Oh. I'm not very deceptive, guys.
And they have a +0 to their modifier as well.
Yeah.
And they rolled a 19.
Oh,
Oh.
no way. Oh, man.
As the two of them are looking at the group of you and looking at the house, and then looking at the old man who's out, and their heads sort of cock, that's where we'll call an end to tonight's session.
Oh no!
Oh, damn.
Ah.
As congratulations are in order, as you have made it to 5.
Nice.
As now we will see if you survive to enjoy it.
Oh my God.
So keep in mind as you level up for next time, you won't if you're injured, you won't have your hit points yet, or for spellcasters, you won't get any of your spell slots back yet, anything like that. But any of your new class abilities, things like that, all that fun stuff you now have access to.
Nice.
So I think for spellcasters, 5 gets you level 3 spells now.
Yes. So excited.
So before we disappear, we got to decide for the Nat 20 this week.
I'm gonna vote for Jack for some shenanigans there with at the end. just the flavor of the text of like busting through the door and being like, oh, I told you that 5 minutes ago, kind of just that exasperation with the group. And then busting down the rest of the house while we were all like, what should we do? And he's like already like pushing stuff down the stairs and stuff like that. So I thought that was
We got a vote in chat for Furia for Fire Chaos.
fire
Tried.
chaos. That's pretty good.
Snow Moon Art. Lennon, any other votes?
I was gonna vote art. It was just like a lot of little things throughout the session, just a lot of little like flavor stuff that I thought was good.
The noting that the little glyphs on the horn were, semi well done,
Cute, yeah.
Yeah.
and being proud of whoever tried it.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, I'll throw a vote art's way too. To
No.
break up the
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, where Art just had this week, we will jump it over at Jack for this week.
Oh.
Because we had a couple of votes in there for Jack as well. So Jack will get a nat 20 for next week. We'll drop that over. And then...
immediately use it
That's
to
it.
intimidate.
okay.
Just so you know, so there's not gonna be no surprises next week. That's the first thing that happened.
Alrighty then. That's gonna go real well for them. So, don't forget, folks, we do have streams going on every night. We have, Matt, is Tabletop back this week?
No, we're still sort of on hiatus.
Okay. I know you were
Yeah.
trying to get things set up for the remote, given everything going on.
Yeah, news to come. Everybody's struggling a little bit with the kind of the chaos of.
Yeah.
Are we gonna play more games?
We might.
Yeah.
So keep an
might-
eye out at Tabletop Legends to see if anything's going down for tomorrow. We have the Wednesday crew for Waterdeep. They're still going strong. Thursday nights we have Delve and Dash. I'm not sure what if Christy's got anything planned this week yet. Friday night big news that I'm going to toss out there
Yup.
is we were lucky enough to get selected to be one of the ones streaming with GaryCon on Friday evening. So definitely hang out and check us out here. Taunt Ashlyn. Because
No,
hey, you know,
no.
that's what
Oh,
I'm going to be
no,
doing.
it's gonna go into my background and stuff. I don't know.
It's going to be a great episode. Michael's got set up for us. And Saturday we have Fabled Whispers. And then Sunday Curse of Strahd should be back.
Yep.
And Curse of Strahd is getting places. I don't want
Yeah.
to spoil anything for players who may or may not be here or watching this right now, but, you know, I hear places are being gone to, and you're not going to want to miss this, so definitely check them out as well. So don't forget, folks, as everything's on the handbasket, we'll be here to try to entertain much as we can. Make sure you stay safe, and when you're rolling your own con saves, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, folks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.